Hello all, this is the Happy Career Guru channel and I am Prasad. I want to start today with a confession. This is the fourth video I am recording as part of this channel. Over the last 4 weeks, I have realized that I have been spending a lot of time and trying to get the video right. But what I realized was, while I was trying to get the video right, to a certain extent, it's actually taking me away from the content. This channel was started for a reason. I have a lot of information to share as it relates to how to find a fulfilling career. And now, if the focus on getting the video right takes me even a little bit away from the content that I'm sharing, to a certain extent, I'm doing a disservice. Also, I've been very aware of how it makes me feel where I have to record or re-record and re-record again because, I am not getting it right. The background is not good, or the video is slightly tilted, or I said ums and ahs and pauses a few times. So what I'm going to do is this. I've made a executive decision that going forward, what you will get from my video is take one, which means it'll come with all the what's and all, right? All kinds of imperfections or perfections, whatever you see. The simple thing is, whichever way it goes, even if I pause for 2 seconds longer, if I look down to click on a mouse or whatever else, the content will still be equally powerful. That's my promise to you. Now, let's get started with the topic at hand today. Also, I will be breaking a few rules from a video construction perspective today, and you'll get to know why in a little bit. Okay, let's talk about it. What am I going to talk about today? I'm taking a slight departure because I have been having some conversations with some of my friends who were asking, when do you need a career coach? I said, you know what, why don't we just talk about it, right? Based on my experience and my research, this is what I know. So I try to summarize it in an easy way for you. When do you need career coaching, and how would you find the right coach? So let's get started. And now this is the first rule that I'm going to break, which is I start with this slide at the end of my presentations every time. To find me, please follow me on LinkedIn, search for Happy Career Guru, and you will find me, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube so that you're informed whenever a new video comes up. And so why am I starting with this? So the analytics that I've seen in the last 3 weeks tell me that the average viewing watch of my videos for over the 600 people who watched it was 3 minutes and 40 seconds, right? So now this actual slide comes at about 8th minute or 9th minute or 13th minute, depending on the length of the video. I said, you know what, let's just change it up a little bit. Well, you got the instruction first. Now you can go to the content. Thank you, right? Let's go to the first slide. So I put this entire topic of how to find a coach and how to, first of all, know whether you need a coach into 4 buckets. And let's start with the first one. The first topic is about, where are you in your career? Are you ready? Do you actually need a coach? Right? Let's start with that thought first. And if you look at it, I'll give you a few examples of situations which you can actually mull over and then see whether, and then I can tell you what a coach will do in those situations. The first example is, are you at a career crossroad? Now, a career crossroad is defined as any particular stage in your career where there is an expectation of a fairly large decision from you. You are supposed to make a move of some kind. Now, you may be stuck in a job that you've been doing for a long time and you don't see a path for growth, right? Or you don't see the learning curve anymore. You see a plateauing in your learning curve. You're not really getting that excitement or motivation. You're just going mechanically doing the job and coming back. In a different scenario, even if you're not, let's say, in the job role for a long time, you are in a job role, but you're not learning enough. You don't see that professional growth that you are looking for. Alternatively, if you're early in career and you are actually going very well and you're doing very well, you're growing. And then the thought comes to your mind saying that, how do I keep this momentum of growing, right? Because many times in corporate levels, what happens is, you know what, somebody will tell you, buddy, going from a grade 4 to grade 6 is easy, grade 6 to grade 8 is easy, but from grade 8 to grade 9 and grade 9 to grade 10 will take a long time. Who says it should take a long time? Why should it take a long time? Right? The point is, it has to be dependent on your performance. So if you are in a place where you're saying you're growing well, but you want to find how to accelerate your career, these are all the situations where if you're not able to come to the answer yourself, you may find a coach who can actually help you define a starting point for this search. That's the first step in terms of where are you in your career, what is your need, and do you need a coach to possibly help you get away from a particular place. I'll actually go with one additional example before I move to the next topic. Let's assume that, for instance, this is actually a very real example. Let's assume that you actually have been laid off in a particular job. Now, many times we know, I have been up close and personal to some of these motions. The point is, it's not always just because you got laid off, it's not that something was wrong with you. There are situations where companies make these decisions. However, the important thing here is that people carry these thoughts with them when they get to the new job, right? So you got a new job, you got laid off, look for a job, you found a job, and if you start the new job, or if you are in the new job and you still have this niggling feeling in your head that something is bothering you, saying that, okay, something happened in the past, it may happen in the future, you actually are creating something we can call a self-fulfilling prophecy or a self-limiting belief, both of which are actually dangerous. So if you are even see a sign of something like that, you may want to consider taking some help or talk to people. Again, when I say coach, it doesn't mean you need to go to a stranger. Talk to people, get it out of your system, figure out. If you're able to figure it out on your own, awesome, do it. Okay. The next thing is, let's talk about the second part. These are tactical activities that are required in a job search, which is where a coach can help. And this is stuff like, is your resume okay? There are people who can actually review your resumes, right? Can tell you how to amplify your particular strengths as it relates to a particular job. How do you make sure that you can prepare for the right interviews? If you have let's say you have a fantastic resume and you got a particular job interview with a very good company or your dream company, do you want to prepare for that? Maybe you can take a session or two just to make sure you're prepped so that you can put your best foot forward, right? You can improve your confidence. Now, a job search, sometimes you can apply to 100, you can apply to 50, you can apply to 20, and you may get 10 interviews. It depends. It's very situational, depends on what is the role that you're going to. In these kind of scenarios, you want to see if there is some help you need to put your best foot forward. These are the kind of scenarios where a coach can help get you focused on things that matter, right? And make sure that you take the accountability for the search process, not give up, and keep doing what you need to do. This is the second one in terms of what a coach can do for you. The third part is whether you actually find the right coach and how you have this conversation with this coach, right? So let's talk about this. Now, this is the part where you can find a lot of different people. You can find somebody who's a consultant who actually knows the industry you want to go into or knows the role you want to go into, or who can actually advise you very specifically on a particular topic. Alternatively, you can choose a mentor of some kind who has been there, has done the job that you were looking for in the past, which basically means they're very well equipped to understand what challenges you'll face in the job or how to succeed in the job that you're going to go. And then people do talk about certification. Now, most career coaches out there are not certified. There are many who are not certified, right? Including actually yours truly. I'm not certified but however, in the last 3 days, I've been spending, this is actually day 2, I'm on day 2 right now, where I'm going through a training by a organization that's certified by the International Coaching Federation. It will take me some time to actually get the certification because it requires a lot of hours and a lot of proof points whether I am actually ready to be a ICF certified coach. However, the reason I am doing it is very simple. If I have gone down on this path where I believe that I can help a few people a month in my job or in my role as a coach, it is my responsibility to make sure I know the frameworks, right? I have done it fairly, I would say, with gut, with a lot of intuition and with a lot of experience within my job. But there are frameworks out there. There are better ways of doing things. There are great ways of extracting the information out of the person so that, see, I can sit here and give advice all day long. But you know when true change will happen? The true change will happen when you do it yourself. My job as a coach is to get the thought out of you. As an example of any good coach, he or she should make you think, should make you take the actions, should make lasting impressions in the way you function. So that's how a coach, the certification and stuff like that actually helps in those kind of situations. But my recommendation to you is simple. If you're making a large purchase at your home, how many options will you take? How many quotes will you take from different contractors? You should do the same with a coach. Meet with people, see how your connecting with the person is the way the person is talking. Every coach will do an intake process, maybe half an hour, maybe 1 hour, where they'll talk to you about their coaching style. You should ask them questions. How do you think you can add value to me? You tell them your problem, tell them your statement, and say, ask them, how would you approach this? What would you how would you take care of this problem? What is your experience in dealing with a situation like this? Ask the questions. It's your right. If you're paying, especially if it's a non-paid coach, if somebody is actually giving this to you for free, awesome, you should take it anyway. But more importantly, if you're paying for it, you should ask these questions. And one thing that I would suggest is, there are coaches you'll get at $100 an hour, there are coaches you'll get at $200 an hour, there are coaches you'll get at $500 an hour. The simple thing is, the most expensive are not, it's not the best, or the least expensive is not the worst. You have to make sure the coach is somebody that you can align with and you can listen to and you can actually believe can help you transform. That's about finding a coach, right? All coaches are not created equal. There's one for you. Find it. He or she will help you. And then the fourth one is your own readiness. This is hard work. This is not a walk in the park. You have to do the work. There are places where you have to share things about some things, right? The right coaches will extract questions like, what have you done in a particular situation? If you talk about a particular thing that's blocking you, they will potentially go a little deeper to find what was your role in contributing to that situation. You should be able to share, right? And you should be ready for change. This is going to be transformative. This is going to be change. So you need to know that you are going in eyes wide open. Do not go to a coach for validation. Do not go to a coach for somebody who will listen to your problems but not give you any solutions. A coach will slightly make you uncomfortable, and actually that's a good thing. Okay? Now let's talk about, this part is important. The words are clear. The coach will do their work. You have to do yours. And then to put it all together for you, right? The coach can help accelerate your journey and get you closer to your outcomes if you're ready to do your work. I'll stop here for today. There'll be more content coming in. So this is something, I'm going to put this in a separate playlist in my YouTube called the Career Coach Diaries. So I'll keep dropping a few things of what I'm learning as a career coach. This is the end of take one, folks, of this particular event. I think I did okay with a few ums and ahs and pauses here and there. Enjoy yourself. Be happy. Stay safe. And well, you know how to find me. I already talked about it in minute 1. So you can go back there. Cheers, bud. Take care.